so today I'm going to tell you about this Suva Beauty Pro palette. I was lucky enough to have been sent the palette. When you open it up, there's 15 matte shades here, and then it has like all the names on this tacked down to the lid. And you take this out, it reveals 15 more shades, and these are all shimmer shades, but you can also interchange them. And there are endless possibilities with this palette. So let me compare these for you. Okay, so here's the size of a MAC pan held up against the palette. You can see it's like twice the size. Then I have a Makeup Forever Artist shadow, and these are the same size. So if you were to buy 30 Makeup Forever shadows the same size, it will cost you around $630, where this palette retails for $80. I'll swatch some shades on my arm. So I used this orange shade today. So pigmented. That is pigmented. The shades are super buttery and so easy to blend. And the shimmery shades are so pigmented and just so beautiful. And if you'd like to see how I got these eyes, you can stay tuned for the tutorial. To begin, I'll be taking the shade Coast with my angled brush, starting on the bottom of the brow, then slightly filling that in. Now I have dampened my brush with Fix Plus, using the same color and filling in the rest of the brow. Dipping it into Fix Plus has almost made it like a liquid liner. And now continuing to fill in the front of the brow. I'm going to apply a colored mascara and then clean up my brows and prep my eye off camera, and I'll be right back. For my first step, I'll be taking this color, Citrus, on a MAC 224 brush, applying that to the upper crease area as my transition shade. Next, taking the shade Papaya with a Zoeva 227 brush, I will be applying that as my next crease color. And going back in with my first blending brush. Next, using the shade Tiki Torch with a pencil brush, I will apply that to my direct crease area. And then going in with that Zoeva 227, and then in with the MAC 224 brush. Next, going in with Coconut on a small shader brush, applying that to my brow bone. Now taking more of Tiki Torch on a flat eyeliner brush, defining that crease more, and then going in with the pencil brush, just going over that line. You can even blend it out with that bigger brush. Now that I've cut out my crease, I'm gonna dip into the shimmer shades. I'm starting out with the color Tropic, this one right here, and we're gonna be using a petite brush. Applying that to the inner third. And now dipping into the shade Bamboo, which is the green, and applying that to the center of my lid, and making sure to take my time around that area where I cut the crease, pulling that across the lid,
dabbing over those two colors in the center.
Next, using the shade LEVU on an angled brush, I'm going to start mapping out my wing. So starting at the outer corner of the eye, bringing that up.
Now pulling that back in, following the cut crease area.
Now I'm actually going to switch to a lip brush because it's nice and tiny and it can really get in there. We're going to fill that in. Taking more of that green and just tapping that on my finger into that transition. I'm going to take a wipe and just clean that up. You can tap over that line till it kind of disappears. Next, taking coconut, applying that to the very inner corner. Now taking the shade Bob, applying that to my lower lash line. Then blending that out with Market. And here is the finished eye look. Let me hold this up. Yeah.